Hi everyone. Good evening everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, good evening everyone. This is Kanna Babu from Satya Technologies. We are trying to discuss about Maven. So let us see. In the last session here we are discussing about code execution process of Java. So generally whenever you develop any application, whenever you want to write any program in Java, you have to follow these steps. Step number 1 is write the program, save the program, compile the program and execute the program. So every Java program must save with .java extension. Whenever you compile the Java program, compiler will check for syntax errors. If there are no syntax errors, compiler will generate .class file. .class file internally consists of bytecode, but bytecode cannot understand to OS. So Sun Microsystems has given JVM, Java Virtual Machine. JVM is responsible to execute the Java programs. JVM is a runtime environment for Java. JVM is responsible to run the Java programs on any environment, whether it may be on local machine or whether it may be on remote server. So within the JVM, you have garbage collector will be there. Garbage collector is the integral component of JVM, which is responsible for memory management. Memory management means memory allocation and memory deallocation. Whenever you create an object for a class, then memory must allocate for that particular object. And whenever the object is destroyed, garbage collector is responsible for memory management. And JIT compiler, it is responsible to convert the bytecode to native code and given to OS. Finally, OS will interact with hardware and get the output. And here we all know what is a Java compiler. Java compiler is a software which will check for syntax errors. So whenever we compile the Java program, then Java compiler will check for syntax errors. If there are no syntax errors, then the compiler will generate .class file. Okay. And here what softwares are required to develop the Java application? In order to develop Java application, we require JDK and we require Oracle and we require IDE. We require JDK, we require Oracle and we require IDE. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. IDE is an environment which is used to develop the applications. If you want to develop any Java application like web application or desktop application, you must have the knowledge on what IDE. Generally, Notepad you can write core Java programs, Notepad++. Similarly, you can go for Edit+, Eclipse, STS. STS is very powerful for Spring. IntelliJ, Eclipse, STS, Spring Tool Suite. Mostly in Spring, it is recommended to use STS only. So what is JDK? JDK is nothing but Java Development Kit. JDK is nothing but JRE plus development tools. JRE is nothing but what? Java Runtime Environment plus development tools like compiler. So what is JRE? Java Runtime Environment means it consists of library classes plus JVM. Library classes means some predefined classes, predefined interfaces, predefined methods are provided by Sun Microsystems or Oracle. These all are available under JRE. So whenever you install JDK, automatically JRE also will come along with the JVM and JIT compiler. Sir, what is JVM? Java Runtime Environment. JVM is a specification that provides a runtime environment in Java. JVM internally consists of garbage collector and JIT compiler. Garbage collector is the integral component of JVM. Purpose is memory management. JIT compiler purpose is to convert the bytecode to native code. Okay. So before going to Maven, Apache Maven, Maven is a tool actually, project management tool or dependency management tool or build tool. You can call as Maven. So before going to Maven, you must have the knowledge on these basics, like what is jar file? Jar is nothing but Java archive. Jar is collection of .class files. What is varfare? After compilation of any Java program, your Java compiler will generate what? .class files. So jar is collection of .class files. What is var? Var is web archive. Var is nothing but collection of dot class files plus web resources. Generally, when you develop any application, web application, there are two types of files are available. One is Java resources are available. Another one is web resources are available. Web resources are nothing but .html file, .jsp file, .xml file, servlets, .xml files, .json files. These all comes under web resources. All the web related files comes under web resources. Java resources are nothing but .java files, .java files like controller files. Controller in Spring MVC, you have models, views, controllers, data access, DAO layer, service layer, all are nothing but .java files. Java related files must keep in Java resources folder. Web related files like HTML, JS, JSP, XML, JSON, these files must kept in web resources folder. So whenever you develop any application, mostly your application consists of three types of files will be available. One is design files will be available. Other one is code files will be available. Another one is configuration files will be available. Let us assume I am developing a project for a particular application, project for a particular college to maintain the student details, employee details, course details, department details, library details, to automate the examination details, some lab details, hostel details, transport details. So let us assume my website consists of 100 pages and some 100 HTML files are there. Similarly, some 100 JSP files are there. Now you may ask me, sir, what is the difference between HTML and JSP? In HTML, we'll write the design code. In JSP, we'll write the logic, Java logic. Mostly in JSP, whenever you want to write any logic, you have to write inside the scriptlet tag, less than percentile and percentile greater than. Inside this scriptlet, you have to write which code? Java code. Outside the scriptlet, you can write which code? Design code. If I want to design a login form, write that login form design code in HTML. And when user clicks on that sign in button, you have to perform some operation. That code you write in JSP file. So when to go for JSP, to write presentation logic. Whenever you want to catch the values from HTML and store them in the Java variables, or you display the output inside the HTML elements. Java output you want to display an HTML element. That type of logic you write in JSP. So when you develop any application, there are different types of files are there. 100 HTML files are there, some 100 Java files are there, or some one web.xml file is there, some configuration files are there. Now total my application consists of 200 files are there. Web application means what? We have to deploy that application the common place so that the entire world can access that particular application. So what is the meaning of deployment? Deployment is nothing but moving the application from one place to one environment to another environment. That concept is called as deployment. Generally in companies, we have different types of servers will be there. Dev server will be there, development server will be there, testing server will be there, deployment server will be there. At the time of developing the application must create under GitHub some repository server, and all the developers will try to connect to that particular repository and get that files from that application, and they will complete the tasks. And again, they will upload that particular files onto that particular repository server. Okay. So generally, at the time of developing the application will stay in dev server. Once application development is completed, we need to move that particular application from one environment to another environment. That is, we need to move the application from dev server to production server. So moving the application from one server to another server, and there are a lot of activities we have to do now. So now we need to send all these files to the production server, which is a tedious process. So instead of sending individual files to the server, what we have to do, we have to convert these all files into a zip file. That is nothing but WAR file. That is called as web archive. And this WAR file will deploy on where? Remote server. So after developing the total application, when you build that particular application, then all the files that are available in your particular application, like what type of files? Java resources as well as web resources. All these files will convert into a zip file, and that zip file we have to deploy on where? Server. This total project management tool, build management tool is Maven. Just before going to Maven, you must have the knowledge on what is jar, var, year. Okay, jar is collection of dot class files. Var is nothing but it consists of dot class files plus Java resources. Sorry, web resources. Total application. Instead of downloading individual songs, you will download the songs from internet now. So if you download individual 5 songs, if you want to download one by one, it will take more time. Downloading time will take more. Some network issues or any file data mismatch will be there. So instead of that, what you can do, you can download all the songs at a time by clicking the single zip file. Similarly, at the time of developing only, you can see all these .java files, .xml files and everything. But once when you deploy the application on the server, before deployment, we have to do the build process. Coming to the application point of view, 3 steps will be there. Develop the application, build the application, deploy the application, 3 steps. Develop the application by using the programming languages, technologies, frameworks, take the support of libraries, your Spring framework, all these things you can use that particular jars and everything to develop the application. Once application development is completed, in companies they will call as go live. Go live means moving the application from one environment to another environment. That is from production dev server to production server, we are moving the application. Once when we move the application to different environments, we have to build the application. Once when we build the application, then your total Java files will convert into dot class files. Build means first it will compile. Compile means converting, checking the syntax errors and all the things, and then convert all the .java files into .class files. And all the HTML files, JSP files will be as it is only. These web resources and .class files combinedly you can keep as you can consider as one var file and deploy this var file on where? Server. And another file is EAR file. Whenever you want to develop enterprise application is EAR. It consists of what? var plus EJB classes, enterprise Java Bean. Okay, more popular is var only. Now you must have the knowledge on what is the library. Library is collection of .jar files. Library is collection of what? .jar files. Whenever you want to develop any application, it is very difficult for the developer. What is the difference between programming language, technology and framework? Programming language, everything manually must be done by the developer. Technologies, ready-made libraries will be there. Like if you want to work with JDBC, JDBC will provide you some set of predefined classes, predefined interfaces, predefined methods, predefined constructors. So as a developer, you must know how to import that particular libraries. So simply you can tell library is collection of .jar files. .jar is collection of .class files. So libraries consists of predefined interfaces, classes. For example, if you want to work with servlet related predefined interfaces, classes are available in one library. JSP related interfaces and everything will be available in one jar file. JDBC related interfaces, classes and available in one jar file. So all these jar files are available in one library, that is Java library. Similar like your books library. When you go to your college, all the books are arranged in the form of racks. Rack number 1 GK books, rack number 2 science books, rack number 3 social books. Why they will arrange the books in the form of racks means easy for identification. Similarly, Java is also providing a beautiful library. Library is collection of .jar files. .jar file is collection of .class files. So simply you can tell libraries consists of predefined interfaces, classes provided by Sun Microsystems and nowadays Oracle Corporation. A bunch of code which simplifies the functions and methods for quick use and quick application development. Developer no need to manually write the code. Developer job is just he must know how to use the predefined classes and interfaces at the time of application development. Okay. Next, there are different types of libraries are there. These all libraries are available in where? All libraries are available in one package. Packages in Java, you all know java.lang package, util package, java.awl.star, java.sql package. Lot of packages are available. So these packages is collection of classes. Classes consists of methods. Like multiple packages are available in one libraries. Yes, sir, everyone. So here you can see developer must know how to use these what packages. In order to use these packages, he has to import these packages in the application development. Yes or no? Import java.sql. If you're not importing the packages, you'll not get the accessibility to access that interfaces. Similarly, classes and everything. If you work with JDBC, ready-made 5 steps will be there. Step number 1, register the driver. Step number 2, get the connection object. Step number 3, get the statement object. Step number 4, execute the query. Step number 5, close the connection. These are the steps that are available actually. These are the steps that are what? Available. Listen everyone. So these are the basics actually before entering into Maven. Java library, Java class libraries. It is a collection of what? Jar files. Yes or no? This is all we have discussed. So at the time of developing the application, we have to use this what? Libraries. So as a developer, you must know how to use these jar files in your application. Lot of jar files are there. Java.lang, java.util, java.math, java.io, java.text, java.sql, etc. Going to Maven. What is Maven? Maven is a project management tool or the build tool that helps building, documenting, and managing the project. So as I told you, at the time of developing the application, here, if you observe clearly, I told you yesterday, the point is, if you want to construct a building, construction of building is your requirement. In order to construction of building, what is required? Lot of third party, some items are required or not. Some cement is required, some sand is required, yes or no? Some steel is required, some bricks are required. Lot of items are required. All these items are not available in the same shop. So what you have to do? You have to collect all these items from different shops. Is it clear? And you need to order these items so that you will get the load of these items and we'll use these all items to construct our building. So it is okay. Similarly, in the software application development also, whenever you want to develop in a Java project, this Java project also want to use lot of jar files. At the time of developing the application, lot of jar files are required. Like the jar files related to some Spring WebMVC is required. Some jar files are there related to WebMVC, related to JSP, related to servlet-API, servlet jar files are there. Some JDBC jar files are there. Some Oracle jar files are there. Some MySQL jar files are there. Some JUnit jar files are there. Like lot of jar files are required because your application is using all these jar file. Your application want to use JDB, you want to use JDBC in your application. Your Java project want to use the Hibernate. So you have to import the Hibernate jar files. Your Java application want to use JPA, import JPA jar files. Your Java application want to do some unit testing, then JUnit jar files are required. Some MySQL, Oracle related jar files are required. So in olden days, what happened? Manually, we need to add all these jar files in your Java project. Manually, how to import all these jar files in your Java project, which is a tedious process. Means as I told you here, cement is in one shop, sand is in one shop, steel is in one shop, bricks are in one shop. So what this Maven is doing, Maven is telling developer, you don't worry. You don't manually download the jar files from Google because Google may not provide you the genuine links. It is very difficult that whether the proper jar file is added in your project or not. So what it is telling, is it clear? What it is telling means, I will provide you one repository called as Maven repository. I will provide you one repository called as what? Some Maven repository is given so that the developer, you don't worry which softwares you want to which jar files you want to add in your project, you just mention that jar file names in one file called pom.xml file. You just mention these jar files names in pom.xml file so that automatically these jar files will be attached to your project. That is the beautiness of Maven. So what is this Maven? That's what I'm telling. Now I will explain you about this Maven, you will understand. So that's what I'm telling. Maven is a project management tool or it is a build tool. Maven is a project management tool or it is a build tool that helps to building, documenting and maintaining the project. See, there are 3 steps are there when you develop any application. Step number 1 is develop the application. Step number 2 is build the application. Step number 3 is deploy the application. There are 3 steps are there. Develop the application, build the application, and what? Deploy the application. At the time of develop the application, some jar files are required. If you want to work with Hibernate jar files are required. If you want to work with JPA jar files are required. If you want to work with Servlet or JSP jar files are required. And build the application. What is happening when you build the application? All these application will convert into .class files. Compilation will be done. What is a build tool? A build tool generates the source code. Source code means your application concept, a lot of files will be there now. All these files will be converted into one zip file or jar file. That is your source code actually, and it will generate the documentation for the source code. It will generate the documentation for the source code, and then it will compile the source code, and it will group all the compiled code into a jar file or a zip file. Simply you can call as .var file. If it is a web application, final project is converted to .var file. Is it clear? This is all the responsibilities of the build tool. If any installed packages are there or any mismatch is there or any irrelevant jar files are there, it can automatically adjust. That is the power of Maven. So Maven will take care about the project management, not project development, project management. It will make ready the setup. It will give you the setup for the developer to develop the application. Developer main job is to develop the application. Some environment is required or not. That environment will make ready by whom? Maven. That is a project management tool. Without Maven, it is very difficult for us to start the Spring application. When you want to enter into the Spring application, it's very important. Maven is a build tool that helps in the project management. The tools helps in building and document the project. Maven is a tool. Tool means what? It will will support actual. Framework is different. Framework is used to develop the application. Tool will give some support actually. Tool is not meant to develop the application. Tool will give some support for the framework. Developer will use that framework. These tools will make the environment ready. Okay, so developer will use that particular framework and develop the application. So Maven is also a tool. It may be developed. It was written in Java, some code in Java, some code in C#. And total Maven is depending on POM file, pom.xml, project object model. This is very important. That's what I'm doing. Apache Maven is a build or a total project management tool that scores over its predecessors, such as an Ant. You know, in olden days we used Ant, and then we used what? Maven, and one more is Gradle. And Maven, Gradle, and some dependencies. Adding the dependencies is somewhat difficult, but Gradle is very simplified. What is the advantage of build tool means? Useful when multiple jar files are required for builds. At the time of application development, you want to use multiple jar files, Hibernate jars, JPA jars, some third-party jars, a lot of jar files you want to use. Downloading manually all these jar files and attaching to your project is a tedious process. So what to do? In that scenario, you no need to take the struggle. Just you take the support of what? Build tool. So it will help you. And resolving the recursion dependencies during build time. Recursion means repetition. Repeatedly adding the same dependencies in your particular file, it is very difficult to identify. Some circular dependencies problem will come. Okay, recursion problem will come. Recursion means repeatedly if you add same jar files, different versions in your project, some mismatch will be there. So these problems will be rectified by this Maven or any build management tool. Creating project structures that are standardized. So project structure, the folder structure of the application, everything can be created automatically by this Maven tool, build tool. Deployment of the applications will become very easy. Or if it supports the life cycle of the application along with plugins. Apache Maven means Apache is the company name, Maven is the tool actually. So in order to work with Maven, first of all, you have to install basic JDK is mandatory, and Apache Tomcat server is also mandatory. In my machine, I think I have JDK 1.8. JRE is also there. Whenever you install JDK, automatically JRE is also available. If anybody don't know how to install JDK, just go to YouTube and type JDK by Kannababu, you will get. Watch that video and install JDK. And install Apache Tomcat. Apache Tomcat is a web server. Apache is the company name, Tomcat is the server name. Are you following? So if you don't know how to install Apache Tomcat, just go to YouTube and type Apache Eclipse installation Kannababu and follow that video. You can install easily. So mostly it is Eclipse is also, I told you, Eclipse is okay. But mostly companies, they are using STS or IntelliJ. STS is more powerful. Spring Tool Suite. Spring Tool Suite, STS. Is it clear, everyone? Spring Tool Suite, STS. It is also a IDE, Integrated Development Environment. IDE is a software which will provide an environment to develop the application. If you want to work with Angular, you have Visual Studio Code is there. If you want to work with .NET, you have Visual Studio Editor is there. If you want to develop a Spring application, you can develop with Eclipse also, or even you can develop with STS, but STS is more powerful. I will follow STS. And these are the softwares that are required. So in Java, one more point is we need to attach what we need to set the class path. Whenever you install JDK, you have to set the class path. If you install Oracle, you have to set the class path. If you install Maven, you have to set what? Class path. If you install Apache Tomcat, you have to set what? Class path. So that is Maven. I hope you understood. See here. Now this is your Maven server. Maven is a common repository. And this is your pom.xml. I will explain you. Let me explain you here, all of you, one point, so that you will understand. The point what I'm trying to explain here is, I want to develop a project. So here you say, I want to develop one project, project 1, and this is project 2, and this is project 3, and this is project 4. Let us assume here I want to develop 4 projects. This is project 1, this is project 2, this is project 3, this is project 4. In the same machine, I'm developing all these projects. Now here I have some jar files are there. Some JDBC jars are there. Some collections jars are there. Some Hibernate related jars are there. Hibernate jars are there. Some JPA jars are there. Like lot of jar files are there. So project 1 is using all these jar files. Are you following, everyone? These all are different. I am developing a project. This is project 1. This is project 2. And this is project 3. This is project 4. Whenever you create any project in your machine, a separate folder is created for each and every particular project. A separate folder is created for each and every particular project. And all the, now I want to use some jar files like JDBC jar, like something like some Hibernate jar, or something like some JPA jars, like lot of jar files I want to use. These all are different jar files. So let us assume project 1 is using 4 jar files. Project 2 is also using what? 4 jar files. Repeatedly in multiple projects, you are using what? 4 jar files. So what is the problem here? At some point of time, your hard disk is filled with repeatedly same jar files you are adding multiple times. If you copy one song in multiple folders in your machine, at some point of time, your hard disk will fill or not. Similarly, instead of directly adding these jar files into your particular project folder, instead of adding these jar files directly into your which folder? Project folder, a local repository is created within your machine. developer machine. What is created? A local repository is created. Now, what is Maven? Maven is also, it is also providing one repository. Maven repository. This is Maven repository. Okay, now Maven is providing the total environment to develop your application. Maven is giving you the ready-made jar files. Maven is telling developer, I will provide you jar file. You please tell me which jar file you want to use. So developer must mention that jar file name in his form.xml file. So whenever you create a project in Spring, one file is created. What is the name of the file? Form.xml file. And developer must write all the dependencies. Dependency is nothing but which jar file. Dependency is nothing but what? Your project is depending on this which files? Jar files. Without adding that jar files, your project will not run. You cannot develop the project, you cannot run the project. So all the dependencies that are provided for your project is through Maven. Then we'll use that word called dependencies. So pom.xml is a configuration file. It is a manual for who? Maven. Maven will observe this pom.xml file and it will give whatever the jar files that is required to you. All these jar files are available in Maven repository. You go to one restaurant, ready-made food is there in the restaurant. Different items are available in the restaurant. But which items the customer want, that items only the restaurant will provide you. Similarly, customer must order, customer must search the food, or he has to order the food to the floor boy, then the floor boy will understand and he will bring the food. In the similar manner, here also what is happening means pom.xml file will be there. In that pom.xml, the Java developer who will develop the application, he must write the dependencies, which dependencies he want to use in his project. That dependency names he has to register. Internet is mandatory. Then what will happen? All the dependencies will downloaded from Maven repository to your local repository. Local repository is nothing but developer machine. Maven repository is also called a central repository that is available via in some other remote server. This is called as central repo. This is called as local repo. So all the dependencies, some hundreds of jar files are available, but these all are not required for you. You want to use only 10 to 20 jar files. Which jar files your project is using, that jar files will copy into your local repository. Now project 2 also want to use the same 4 jar files. Again project 2, first what it will do, it will search whether the jar files are available in which repository? Local repository. If they are not available in local repository, it will go to where? Central repository and bring back to what? Local repository. Our main target is we have to attach the jar files to our project. Then only our project will run successfully. Hope you understood. So these all are different types of jar files: Spring Web MVC, Servlet-API, JUnit, Oracle, Hibernate, JSTL, JSP, JPA, MySQL. Like a lot of jar files are available. These all jar files are available in your Maven server, Maven repository. Now this is your Java application, and in your Java application you have pom.xml file will be there. So developer must write this configuration code. Developer must write dependency, XML file. Group ID is nothing but the company name, which company has developed this jar file, that company name. Artifact ID is nothing but the jar file name. Version is nothing but the jar file version number. Scope is nothing but the type, for what purpose we are using this particular jar file. Are you following, everyone? So this information, you no need to manually by heart this configuration code, XML code, and waste your time. Directly you can copy this. This is the fixed format, fixed structure. It is a configuration code. Never write configuration code manually. Just take the support of Google. Okay, let us see. I will show you how to install this Maven and how to install this dependency and all the things. I will install. I'll upload this video actually in YouTube. So anyone have any problem, you can just watch. So here you can go to Google, and there first of all I'll try to download the STS. STS is an IDE, Spring Tool Suite. Suite is nothing but it will provide the total environment to develop the Spring application. Spring have different types of modules will be there. Spring Web MVC, Spring AOP, Spring JPA, Spring Hibernate, Spring JDBC, Spring instrumentation, like a lot of the modules are available. Suite is nothing but all are available in a single place. Like you go for any malls like Forum Mall, or you can go for Central, DMart, everywhere. If you go to any central or anywhere, you can identify a lot of items are available in a single place. Theaters are there, shopping will be there, groceries will be there, lot of items, saloons will be there. All are available in a single place. Similarly, STS is also a suite. Suite is nothing but all modules related to Spring. Support is given by STS. So I'm installing this STS. Go to Google and types. There you can say I'm installing Spring Tool Suite 3.9 version. And there you can see, there you can select which operating system you want to install. Some Windows Spring Tool Suite 3.9 for Windows. I have downloaded that one, 64-bit for Windows operating system. It is open source only. You can get for Mac as well as Linux also. So it is downloading. It will take some time. Are you following, everyone? So once when you download, you can see the zip file. So go to right click and open folder and again extract all the files. Here you can see Spring Tool Suite 3.9 release. Right click and there you can see extract all. So we are unzip the file. So there you can see something like this. I'll tell extract. It will take some time. For more videos, try to like, share and subscribe. I'll upload this video also. So it will take some time. I'm downloading the STS. STS is very easy to download actually. Stack the files. Okay, 86% is completed. You can even work with Eclipse also. Eclipse is also okay, but it is very user friendly. NetBeans is better than Eclipse, right? Similarly, for Spring applications, STS IntelliJ is good. STS is also more powerful. It is a suite. All the support for your total Spring will be provided by STS. Sir, now everyone. Yes. So now I'm trying to download the Maven. I already downloaded the STS. Now downloading the Maven. Maven download. There you can see mavenapache.org. Click on this download. And there you come down. There you can see second hyperlink. You can click Apache Maven 3.6 bin zip file. Now I'm downloading the Maven. Previously I downloaded STS. Now I'm downloading the Maven. That Maven zip file is downloaded here. Right click, show in folder. There you can see. Extract this Maven also. Here you can see. Right click. Here you can cut and keep in C drive. All the related C drive, there you can see, you can paste it. Continue. So I kept my Maven in my C drive. Apache Maven 3.6.3 bin. There you can extract all the files, extract all, and you can click on extract. So what I'm doing means I'm creating the local repository. All the jar files will be available in my local repository. If any jar files are not available, it will download from central repository and copy into local repository so that your Java application will use the jar files that are available in local repository. Repository is nothing but common place. There you can see C drive, Apache Maven 3.6.3 bin is there. Is it clear? There you can double click. There you can see. There you can see some that location. You can copy that location and set the class path. We need to set the path for Maven also. Why to set the path means global accessibility will be there. In which drive you are trying to save your project also, your you can access that JDK files, jar files and everything. So here you can go to advanced settings. There you can click on environment variables. Already lot of paths are set there. Now I am setting one more path. Means we have to set the path for Oracle, path for JDK, etc. Now I am setting the path for Maven. So here let us see here. Go to your environment variables. Here you create the new. There you can create one variable name. Some h2 underscore home. And here you can give the variable value. You paste it actual. There you can give the variable name again. New user variable. Maven. I'm trying to give. Maven home I will try to give. And here the variable value. I'll copy paste it. That bin. And click on. See that one I'm copying actually. That location I am copying and paste it here. Set the path. Okay. C drive Apache Maven 3.6.3 bin. So I'm setting the environment variables. And there you come down system variables. There again you create a new. There you see. You remove that one. Okay. Here you can go for the path. Don't delete any path. Click on new. Create one more path here. Same you paste it bin and click on OK. That's it. Maven is path is set perfectly. Now open your command prompt and check whether Maven is installed or not. For that you have to write one command. So here go to your start, open command prompt. There you can type mvn space hyphen version. So you can see the Maven version. What version that was installed? Apache Maven 3.6.3. And the location and everything, operating system, the complete information of the Maven you can see. Just that is one-time process actually. You don't worry about the installation. Try to understand the concept. What was the concept here? Maven is providing the related jar files. So at the time of application development, the developer want to use these jar files in his application. Then he has to register all that particular jar files in pom.xml file. This is whenever you open STS, the next session I will show you. This is your pom.xml file. What is the meaning of this pom.xml file? I want to use this JUnit in my project, Spring WebMVC in my project, Servlet-API in my project, JSP-API in my project, JavaX.servlet in my project, JSTL tags I want to use in my project. So these all projects are available. If you want, you can see here where your Maven dependencies are available. Local repository. Go to which drive? C drive. There you can see what? Program files. There you can see what? I think you can see. Go to C drive. Yeah, first one here you see Apache Maven. Not this one. This is the location actually. M2 folder will be created. User setting. Here you see. See all of you. Okay. So here you can go to C drive, users folder. There you can see Satya. There you can see M2 folder. There you can see repository. These all are the jar files that are downloaded. Yes or no? Here MySQL jars are there. Some JUnit jars are there. JavaX jars are there. At the time of developing the application, if you want to use any other jars, first developer must register the dependencies in pom.xml file. First it will search for your whether jar file is available in local repository. If the jar file is not available in local repository, it will go to central repository and copy that jar file into local repository. I hope you understood. For more videos, try to subscribe to my channel, share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Catch you later. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.